Yeah.
How much money do you like need to just never need to work again? Like
$5
million, $75,000.
It depends what you want to do, but 3 gets you real close.
Just say like you live like comfortable middle class life, like you don't want a big mansion.
Let's say
house,
the S&P returns 7%. I think it's a little higher than that, but 7%. So 7% of what gets you by, Taylor? So 7% of 3 million, is that 210,000 a year? Can you live on that?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here's your answer.
I guess, yeah.
So that's why I say 3. That's where like a guy, a woman with a part-time job making 40K and a kid can like, dude, great.
Where though?
Well, not LA. Get the fuck out of there.
LA, not New York.
You're wherever you want because you're retired now,
Yeah.
and you don't need to be in New York or LA. You can go somewhere where land is $5,000 an acre.
Missouri is pretty cool now. We've got legal weed. It's cheap to live here. We're going to have legal weed in February.
Missouri's not a bad call. I mean, obviously, get away from the St. Louis Arch, but anywhere else.
Yeah, just don't go to St. Louis, and it's a great state.
I don't know St. Louis. I'm sorry, I don't know Missouri's state tax situation, but that would impact my decision. Like if I had no roots, I might look at Texas, Florida.
I think we're low, but we're not one of those zero guys. Yeah, Florida. If I moved anywhere, any other state,
you'd be Florida, man.
Like I want like weather is number one priority. I want to see the
adventures you get into.
I mean,
you have a blue wall
because I could get a blue wall of my very own. Because like basically like dream weather would really be like LA. Because I think LA is like in the 70s all the time. Yeah, like that would be like true dream weather. But I could not afford to live there. And it's so far away from like everyone I know and like my family. But Florida, it's almost as good of weather. It's way cheaper to live there. And that's, I don't want to live somewhere with snow anymore. At some point, I'm going to leave and go somewhere where snow's not a thing. And that's going to be
I want the opposite.
We already had snow this year. Fucking ridiculous.
Live in snow all the time?
I want to live in snow all the time. I want it to be like, oh, it's July. Finally, the snow left. We can see and here it's coming back because I don't have snow. I grew up in Georgia where we have hot, humid summers and like muggy, damp, cold winters. And whenever I go to Colorado or when we went up to Vermont or somewhere like that where they have that feet of snow, I don't know. I'd never seen stuff like that. I love it. I've only experienced it a dozen, 15 times now. It's cool. I like it.
The problem I have with snow is it falls in places where the days are short. And I'm not about that 4:30 sunset. I would hang myself.
That shit is depressing.
Yeah. Oh, you'd fuck it up again.
Touche.
What happens?
Man can't
Second time's the charm.
What ends up happening when you live in a place like because I lived in New Jersey most of my life. So when you live in a place where the air hurts your face, you go outside in the fall. And it's muggy. Everything is like dark gray. It's this nasty, nasty gray. You don't see blue sky for like 6 months out of the year. And then it rains. It's like freezing rain. And if it snows, it's great. Like if it snows a lot, like let's say it snows a foot or more, it's great for like that first few hours because there's like a silence, like there's an eerie silence, and you're like, oh my god, this is fantastic. And then it gets colder. It stops snowing. Everything turns to ice. You have to then take all the snow out of your driveway. You have to shovel it out. You break your back. Then you have to deal with people driving on this snow. So that turns it into this nasty gray slush on the sides. You have dogs pissing and shitting everywhere. And then you have to dig your car out. If you're street parking, you have to dig your car out of the street. And then you leave like a lawn chair there. And you have to fight with your neighbors because if they move your lawn chair, you took 3 hours out of your day trying to get your car out. Like, this is why I would never want to live there again.
You're making me a little homesick. Where in Jersey are you from?
Elizabeth,
okay.
Yeah. So it's Central Jersey, right next to Newark. So the best place in Jersey.
I think
it's a great area.
I mean, it's no Camden, but okay.
I like Colorado a lot. Colorado's
fantastic.
Colorado's a desert.
Slum. It's where I was born.
Oh.
Colorado's like a desert, so it's very dry there, and you don't get that damp humidity that makes everything yucky and awful. And I've lived my entire life in that. So like the winters in Colorado have always, I don't know, it's not as cold. Like 20 degrees in Colorado doesn't feel as awful as like 30 degrees. I went outside today. It was 42. It was so fucking cold because it's like wet and rainy. I'm like, God, it's like gets in your bones. It's so fucking cold. But if it was dry, it wouldn't be so bad. The same is true with the heat. I would hear about those, you know, you'd see the Weather Channel in the Southwest, 105, 108. And you'd be like, how do they survive? Because they don't have any humidity. It doesn't, because
it doesn't stick to you the way it does
95
in
degrees.
places.
95 degrees is like almost impossible. You can't work outside for all day unless you're just constantly hydrating because you can't sweat anymore. Your
triple digits is like, all right, I have to stay inside. Like, you know, I'll sweat taking the garbage out in like 100 degrees, and it'll be like, am I sweating or am I just like tacky now from the moisture?
You'll take a shower and get out and sweat your new shirt. Like it's so fucking gross.
I had a roof put on my my old house in the middle of summer, and it must have been like 105, 110 degrees, and this is like super humid Florida, Central Florida.
God
damn. And the people putting on the roof, I mean, they're roofers, so they're like they're closer to the sun than I am.
Choice.
Yeah. And I know we're gonna get a plumber to do it, but no, but like these guys were wearing 2 layers. They're wearing long sleeves. They're wearing a hat, and like they're just covered up the entire time. And I'm just thinking, like, what is it about their physiology that allows them to do this? Because I would die like within an hour.
They're probably just need money.
I think about that.
Yes, but they could take off clothes and do the same work and then have
I bet it's the love of the game. That's what's got
maybe you do it for the love of the you go to pay them and they're like pish posh. You know,
money's no good here.
I look at the military that way. I see people in the military, they wear long sleeves, long pants. Oftentimes they have like a vest on top of their like fatigues. Like you can imagine what someone on Iraq, just picture them, right? They've got the bulletproof, whatever. They've got some heavy shit they're hauling around. Even if they don't have a backpack, they still have, I'm making it up, like 30 pounds worth of shit hanging on them. And I'm like, how do you do that in the desert? I would be a dry heat casualty all the time.
Go back to Vietnam. Go back to Vietnam, and they're all fucking wife beaters and shit, smoking weed out of shotguns.
We all remember.
Humidity is a killer. That's why we lost Nam.
It's because it was hot.
This is making sense. Yeah.
It was the humidity.
It wasn't the heat. It was the humidity.
It was the humidity. That's why we got fucked in Vietnam.
It is why we lost in Nam.
Yeah, but why did we lose in Afghanistan with the dry heat?
It's a dry heat. we had acclimated ourselves to Nam.
He's making sense, Taylor. Checkmate.
I have to walk you through this shit fucking step by step.
See, this is the problem, is America keeps going, you know, moist war, dry war, moist war, dry war. If we could just hit 2 in a row.
I feel like what I'm learning
turn this franchise
in
around.
Afghanistan and Vietnam and Ukraine is it's really hard to win away games.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
You think we need a good home game?
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and invade Missouri, guys. We'll get you.
That's fucked up, man. we're like, if you're getting to us, you've already invaded at least 6 other states. Like on the way
in, just to fucking they just paratroop into Missouri, take out the first line of defense, which are hammer murderers.
So you drop people into St. Louis, and they'd be like, General, the coordinates are off. We've already struck here.
So I had we finished filming one of the car tracks, my series that I do with Tyler Hoover and Ed Bullion, and we did a thing in Missouri where we were in like the wine country. There was like this castle that you could rent, and then we sort of did a 3 to 5, I think it was like 5-episode series around this castle, doing a Christmas special. And we ended with giving a bunch of toys to like a local church. And Ed Bullion, he's like the Christian guy in our group. So we're like, you pick the church. So he picked the church in St. Louis. And we get there, and we have this Maserati, this 4-door Maserati that Ed Bullion had. It's leaking a ton of coolant, and we had put all of our toys on top of this Maserati, kind of like a Christmas tree. And we'd adorned it with, Christmas lights and all that stuff. And we are rolling into the ghetto, the absolute, this is nuts. And we get in front of this church, which is like a legitimately old style church, and we start putting all these brand new toys on the side. And we have this security guard who's there. I guess he's an off-duty cop or something. And he goes, what are you doing here? Like, oh, well, we called the church. They said that they could take these toys. He's like, you guys better get out of here, because it's really not. He's like, I'm about to leave, and when I leave, you need to leave. Yeah. And Ed is one of these guys that he doesn't understand the risks that he takes sometimes. So he goes to us. He goes, what are they going to do? Shoot us?
Yes.
Like, yes, that's exactly what they do. So we do this as quickly as possible. I mean, we also have like a full film crew there. So we have expensive cameras, and we have equipment and all this stuff. So we do our final shots and everything. And as we're driving off, we hear, like, just a few blocks away, just gunshots going off. It's like, oh, maybe that's fireworks. They're a festive group over here. But that got like pretty hairy. And that was right in, I mean, it was like a few blocks away from downtown St. Louis.
Downtown St. Louis, Taylor, quick fact check. Known for its Christmas spirit?
No, it is a people like
fireworks.
People think that like St. Louis as a city is a meme. People who listen to the show haven't been there, like, think I'm playing it up, like joke. Like, I do not go. Obviously, you never go east of the river, because that's the most dangerous area of the country. Like East St. Louis, don't go there. There's nothing to gain by going there. And even downtown now, like, I go to a Blues game, and it's like, as soon as everyone it's our hockey team, and when everybody leaves the arena, it's like all the hockey fans are like, all right, we're all in this together. Like, and so everybody stays in a giant block walking back, because it is a dangerous shithole. It's like a shame seeing like old pictures of what the city used to look like, because it's like unlivable bad now.
It's really bad. And we went there like a week after like the really bad BLM riots. So all the barricades were still up. So we were all trying to take the crew out to like a Ruth's Chris steakhouse or something. Yeah. It's like this crazy war zone. It's like, hey, I'm not really hungry anymore. I feel like we should just leave.
If you take Interstate 64 to 70 across St. Louis, have you seen any of this good stuff, or not so much?
Like into East St. Louis? Yeah. Like I've seen like just the absolute dilapidation of it. Yeah. You just go 64, like, and you can get all the way into East St. Louis and take a look. Like, I'm
too much of an optimist. I'm like, this is just a city that needs some chicken and broccoli. All it needs.
It's a city that needs a total overhaul. Like, it is. There are whole like blocks where, like, if you wander into East St. Louis, like, cops will find you and approach you and be like, you need to leave.
That's
like,
exactly what happens.
You have to get out of here. Like, you are a fool. You don't realize where you are right now. Like, and how dangerous this is. You'll get shot for fun. Someone will see you and they will shoot you for fun, potentially. Like, it's a horrid place. It looks, I've said it before because it describes it perfectly. East St. Louis looks like a paintball course. It looks like a torn down paintball course, where I've thought that driving through there, because it's a bunch of horrid, like, the city hasn't mowed the grass in years. Years. Like, you see those videos of like St. Louis and Detroit where it's just a jungle over there, because they don't mow anything. The trees are growing, the roads are cracked, like, people are just standing like menacingly, like, on the side of the road, like, staring at you in a way that's not like, oh, a person driving by, like, it's spooky. Yeah,
this looks
terrible.
like Block, the COD 4 map.
Hell,
this is actually this is a good look.
I'm running MP5. Fucking you.
None of those. Yeah, I'm running MP5.
I can make a Scorpion work on this map.
But I mean, like, we're not that
on the
bad.
Balconies.
Detroit, also shitty. Memphis, also shitty. So it's not like St. Louis is the only shitty one.
Oh, I'm thinking
Albuquerque's pretty bad too.
Albuquerque's shitty.
You think Memphis is shitty?
Oh yeah, their crime is unreal right now. Yeah, like because it's like a Midwest city. Like, I'll just see.
I don't know why I link Nashville and Memphis together.
Nashville's an awesome city. It's so like nice and fun, and they have that huge like strip of all the country Western bars and all that. Nashville's a really cool city.
I've been there twice, and I like it a lot. Memphis,
I don't think it's very
we've been
dangerous.
to once, and I didn't think it looked all that dangerous, but I'm sure I didn't go to the bad part. Same's true of Cincinnati. I remember it being like, I don't know, just a medium-sized city that you drive past. I stayed there for a couple nights, but I didn't see anything
stayed there
scary.
for one night on my way home when I bought the Gold Wing.
Meanwhile, I stayed in Louisville one night with
I stayed there too
with some bad motherfuckers from Canada, and they were scared. That's how rough Louisville is.
Louisville was
these guys,
really disappointing.
If you
you
know,
gotta say it right. You gotta say Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Well,
Louisville.
if you know who Funker Tactical is, two of those guys were down with me doing some filming, and they had like ARs in their car and probably suppressors and stuff. Like they're armed back there in their truck driving behind us, and they were like, I had my AR in my lap. It's rough here. I'm like, yeah, I mean, we got our pistols up here. Like, we're ready to go too. But, we didn't think it was that bad. I mean, we're armed, but not scared.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you come from Canada. What kind of crimes do they commit in Canada? I think rudeness is a crime. Then.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
half-hearted apologies.
I order you to say sorry for cutting him off.
Tipping, yeah.
I think you already said, where did you grow up again?
New Jersey.
Elizabeth, New Jersey. Camden would be. I have a summer home in Camden. Okay.
Yeah.
I summer in Camden.
Yeah.
Are you trying to claim that your town's worse than Camden?
It's not worse, but it's pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah, Camden is. I mean, the cops left Camden.
Oh, are you guys coming into a shitty city fight?
Camden is real bad, man.
Hold on, I need to look up the Camden murder rate and see if I can hang with St. Louis.
Oh, you have to.
This is just going to make St. Louis look bad.
But they don't report anything. So like, how do people
same
know?
with St. Louis. They just don't really. You can just call the police and they'll be like, "Oh, there's an assault. That's a damn shame.
Man,
Like that sucks, man.
Somebody should do something about that.
Good luck."